in a moment or two. Well, first it's the leaders of the GM conference, Colchester United up against Exeter from Division 3. And as you'll see, quite a few familiar names involved. Commentator, John Motson.
Alan Ball still retains the enthusiasm for football that he had in 1966. As the manager of Exeter, he's back on familiar ground today. Ball was coach here at Colchester in their 4th Division days, and no doubt he wishes he could still play, because his opposite number, 33-year-old Roy McDonough, is Colchester's player coach and also their top scorer. A much-travelled striker whose 6 previous clubs include today's opponents, Exeter. Well, the team McDonough has led to the top of the GM Vauxhall Conference includes the former England B international Sean Elliott at number 6, and at number 7 the Irish midfielder Eamon Collins, who once played for Blackpool at the age of 14 when the Blackpool manager was Alan Ball. And just to complete today's connections, the Exeter lineup includes at number 5 Scott Daniels, who joined them from Colchester for £50,000 at the start of the season. Other Alan Ball signings include his former Southampton colleague Steve Williams at number 4 and Steve Moran at number 9, and at number 7 Vince Hilaire, who's just signed a contract until the end of the season. The referee is Graham Pooley from Bishop Stortford. Well, we're not far from Constable country here, and an artist could make something of this scene. It's a crisp, mellow afternoon, and the colourful figures in the foreground belong to Colchester United in blue and white stripes, and Exeter City, equally smart, in red and white stripes. They're playing from right to left. Goalkeeper is Kevin Miller. Elliott up with Chapman there. And then Smith for Colchester. Steve Williams, a good ball down the line to Steve Moran. Plenty of experience there in the Exeter side, and Moran forces the first corner of the game. Steve Moran, who played in 2 FA Cup semi-finals for Southampton, and the man taking the corner, Steve Williams, who won 6 caps for England. Plays it short to Vince Hilaire, and that's Warren Donald, number 2, who got his foot there. Header back by Cook, who's another former Southampton player, Andy Cook at left back for Exeter. That's a foul by Donald on Kelly. Referee wants a word with Warren Donald, the number 2, who used to play for West Ham. Also Northampton. And this is what happened. A chop of the legs, without a doubt. Yellow card for Warren Donald, very early in the game. Collins. And it was Steve Williams who was penalised for a foul on Jason Cook. And McDonough is coming in now. Bit of a shove. Whiston. Cook. Handball by number 8, Bennett. Steve Williams has always had his problems with referees in terms of saying a bit too much at times, and the assistant manager, as he is now, of Exeter, is having his name taken for dissent. Yellow card shown. Hilaire's dummy. Moran. Williams. Hiley. Hilaire. Hiley again. And he's forced the corner. Williams to take it. Plays it back. Hilaire. Oh, the keeper got an important touch there. Scott Barrett at full stretch. Certainly averted the danger. It was a good effort, this. Vince Hilaire chipped the ball in, and the keeper had to come. This is Smith. Oh, he was caught badly there. And that was Steve Williams again, and unless he's careful, the assistant manager is going to be off the pitch. He's off. Steve Williams, formerly of England, has been sent off the field after 18 minutes play. How bad was the contact? He certainly stuck his foot out, and Smith went down. Williams, whose temperament always tended to discriminate against his considerable ability, and Alan Ball finds himself now reduced to 10 men, and he's shouting, "We'll play with 3 in midfield," because the other man has gone. Finds Kinsella. And now Collins, a very good run from midfield. He caught out a couple of Exeter players there, but not Andy Cook, who concedes the corner. Post, appealing that the ball went over the line. In fact, it didn't. But there's 2 balls on the pitch at the moment. Somebody's put another one on, and the shot is by Cook. And a corner again. Goodness me, that was close. This time there's some pushing. Well, that was the nearest that Colchester have come to taking the lead. Well, this corner put a few Exeter hearts in their mouths. It came off McDonough's head, and goalkeeper is definitely beaten, but the whole of the ball has to cross the line, remember. Whiston. Oh, elegant run. Now that really was something from the 3rd division that perhaps you'd like to see more often in the 1st. A central defender with the confidence and the ability to bring the ball out from the back and run half the length of the field. Good effort by Peter Whiston. McDonough's up, and this is going to come to Donald. McDonough again. Keeper stretched there. And Colchester ended the first half on quite a high note, but couldn't find the finish despite making a lot of the running. As for Exeter, deprived of Steve Williams, their influential midfield player, after 18 minutes, they arrive at half-time 0-0. Just under 5,000 people inside Layer Road this afternoon, and those supporting Colchester will expect a goal, if for no other reason, but their side have scored in every game so far this season before today. It was on by Chapman. And the run was impeded, and that's going to be a free kick to Exeter. This is Kelly. Oh, it was deflected. Warren Donald. Whiston. Well, as the player comes out of the wall to attack the ball there, it's definitely Warren Donald whose right foot goes out, but the ball's sailing to safety for him. Difficult to shake off the ball. There was a yellow card shown there to Jonathan Brown, the number 8 of Exeter. Jonathan Brown, number 8 there, went in first. 20 minutes gone in the second half as Colchester build up with Cook. Bennett puts it through, McGavin! Well, they're coming closer and closer, Colchester here. Steve McGavin going onto the goal line, has had a couple of opportunities, and he may just get another. Well, this is another player about to be cautioned. I presume this is for time wasting. It's the goalkeeper, Kevin Miller, who gets the yellow card. Two teams will have to wait longer than in the past for a replay, if there is one, because FA Cup replays this season are going to be delayed by 1 week compared to before. Here's Hiley. Kinsella. Well, they're a good football playing side, Colchester, but they do need today to find more edge up front to maintain their record of scoring in every game this season. They've got 10 minutes in which to keep that sequence going. Here's Kinsella. Granger's first time pass, McDonough. McGavin wanted that inside. Granger's gone again. Bennett's coming in. Oh, he's hit the bar. Hiley's header out of knee as far as McDonough, though. Has the chance gone? Granger. And it ends up as a throw on the far side, and Gary Bennett must be the unluckiest player on the pitch. It was a splendid build-up involving the substitute. It's Martin Granger who gets the cross in. There's Bennett, and the crossbar saves Exeter. How many chances have Colchester had in this second half to put Exeter City out of the FA Cup? It must be half a dozen, and Alan Ball's team are still hanging on. Bennett. Oh, trying to pull it back for McGavin. Kinsella. Out on the far side is Donald. They've got to throw it in now, Colchester. There goes McGavin. Flags up. Flags up. Oh, referee acknowledges it. Play on. McGavin still. Working hard to try and get a cross in. Donald. Bennett. Here's Collins. And McDonough. And Bennett's there again. And, oh, goodness me. Granger's going to knock it right back in there. McDonough climbing with the keeper. And out as far as Donald. Well, it's an exciting finish here. It's Jason Cook. Can Colchester do it yet? Elliott. Granger. And now Collins. And it was just close for again for McGavin. And here's McGavin. Well, as far as the conference leaders, Colchester, are concerned, that was a match that really got away. Alan Ball's team cling on for the replay, which will take place on Wednesday week at St James's Park, Exeter. They played with 10 men, mind you, for all but 18 minutes at Exeter, so they held on for the draw. But Roy McDonough knows that he and his attackers had their opportunities in the second half, and certainly Gary Bennett had 3 that he'll look back on. But the final score at Layer Road is Colchester United 0, Exeter City 0.
Well, Colchester are a bit unlucky there. Of course, you'd never have played in the first round of the Cup, would you? But you've had a few early exits, I think, in the past.
I have, and a few upsets as well. I lost to a non-league side, Harlow Town, I remember, with Leicester. That was in my very early days. I had a bit of tonsillitis that night, but I didn't expect to be playing, so I didn't say anything. And I was in the side, and I didn't say anything because it was Jock Wallace. It was a bit frightening with Jock, and we ended up losing 1-0. And then actually played at Exeter and lost there as well. I don't know, it was the year before or the year after, but another funny story, because that day he told me the day before the game that I was going to play. I rang my family, my brother came down, 1 or 2 members of the family, all the friends, got to the ground. I wasn't even in the 13. and we lost that one as well. So we had a few upsets in those days.
Okay.